it's Nancy today. When your fire goes out, I'm going to show you a quick way to get it going again. Now, every kind of wood stove is different, so your wood stove is probably not like mine, but this is how I have to do mine. First thing I do, you see, it would have been closed, right? First thing I do is you open up the side to let the air in. Now, even if there's fire in it already, you really need to open up the vent to make the air go up the chimney, because you don't want to open it up and have smoke coming out. Okay, so here you open the door now. And in this particular wood stove, the air comes through here. And then there's this place right here where the air comes out. So I need to make sure that there's no ashes in front of this area. Okay? Now, if you scoop everything to the back, can you see in there? Scoop everything to the back first, and then take your stick that's got a hook on it, or some kind of a something like that, and then you go back and forth in there, and you bring to the front the coals. The coals would be the big chunks, and they just want to be at the front already anyway. I mean, they want to move when they don't want to be at the front, they want to be at the back. And if you dig through them, then you'll find them. Okay, so you bring them forward like so. Okay, now there's a gap here. The air's going to come in there. The air's actually going to shoot right through there. So now I have a bit of a ridge here. So what I do now is I take some wood and I put it in so that the most burnable side is down. And you see how it's sitting up on the edge there? You see that? So there's a gap down in there where the air can go through. So I'm putting this above a bunch of coals. See, the coals are right there under it. Okay, so they're all propped up on this ledge. Okay, now then, I don't close it all the way. You see, I leave it open a little bit. Now this means that the air is going to, down here, that's letting the air rush in down there, and the air will also rush in around here. Now if I just opened it up, you see, it's not going to have rushing. But if I close it up like that, now you see, you can start to see this coal is getting brighter. See, that's because the air is rushing in on it. And because the logs are lined up beside each other, as one gets hot, when the two separate ones burn, because they're beside each other, the heat from the one will heat the second one. And so they're feeding into each other. If you had one log all by itself, it wouldn't be nearly as hot as putting like 1 + 1 is a lot more than 2. Does that make sense? Synergy, where 1 + 1 is more than 2. So now this is going to start lighting. See, now I didn't have to put any paper in or anything. My doors. See, now if I open the door, see, there's my. See, if you put them quite close like that, the air is going to blow down in between them, and you can see it through this dirty window as it gets to be bigger and bigger. It's because the air is coming in through the side behind the door here. So we just leave this like this for a while, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And by then it should have ignited. You know, I could put a match in there, but I don't need to. I'll leave it for a few minutes until it ignites, and then when it's going, then I'll shut the door all the way. And then I'll watch. And when the flames are going all the way back to the back, and they'll be filling the whole chamber, then I'll shut it down. And then it will have gone up the chimney and cleaned out any creosote that's left in the chimney. Okay, that's Nancy today. That's how I light my fire, or get it to go. What is this kind? Let me just see what the name of this wood stove is. What does it say? I can't see it. So you'll have to read it yourself. If you can. Yeah, that's what kind I have. Can't read it at all. Okay, it's Nancy today. Bye.